Hi everyone, so this was actually going to be yesterday's second video, but something got in the way and I had to delay it.
I've come to offer my sincere condolences. My dear Colonel Bouvard, I don't think you should have opened that car door by yourself.
Sorry, the mind wanders. But now it's time to get back to business. Hi everyone, Az here from HeelvsBabyface. It's starting to feel like deja vu, the Sunday spot, where we look back and just decry what's been going on with Activision Blizzard this week. But I think it's 2 weeks in a row now, and as we'll go into in a moment, there's more. Now, this week, of course, didn't get any better for Blizzard. In actual fact, it got worse because Blizzard showed even more hypocrisy. This time deciding to retroactively punish American University, a team who had put up a statement saying free Hong Kong / boycott Blizzard, and Blizzard chose not to punish them. Some people are saying, yeah, but as they're getting banned for saying boycott Blizzard, not the free Hong Kong. It doesn't matter. What they put on their sign that they showed, Blizzard decided not to punish them. In actual fact, arranged their very next match. American University took it on themselves to penalise and withdrew themselves from the tournament. Now, then, after Blizzard had made amendments to Blitzchung's penalty, decided to retroactively fit that same punishment against American University as well. It was ludicrous. It's so stupid. This whole thing is so out of control, but it's a corporation, and corporations don't care because they're only interested in money. We've had American senators speak out. We've seen foreign politicians write letters to Bobby Kotick. We've had, well, you know the outcry that we've had, but now things are starting to get a little bit more official as the US Congress have decided to officially write to Bobby Kotick at Activision Blizzard. Not that I think he's going to give a single solitary shit. Because, of course, it's not politicians that run things, it's corporations that run things. Politicians are corporate puppets. So it looks like Congress are wanting to make a bit of a hue and cry. Is it just a political statement on their behalf to be seen to do the right thing? One thing I know is Bobby Kotick ain't losing any sleep over this, probably hasn't lost a second of sleep over this one bit. If the stock price was tumbling, then he would, but it's not, so he don't care. But Congress of the United States have officially written, and what they have put in here, though, I will stress, their information, although it was written on Friday, October 18th. This was actually meant to be yesterday's video, but again, you know, I had the spy stuff to take care of. The information is incorrect. Some of the information is incorrect. The beginning piece of the information is incorrect. It has been amended since. But the information that they provide further to that is certainly open to discussion and is very much correct. So if I just go through some of these bits with you. Dear Mr. Kotick, we write to express our deep concern about Activision Blizzard's decision to make player Blitzchung forfeit prize money and ban him from participating in tournaments for a year after he voiced support for pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong. This decision is particularly concerning in light of the Chinese government's growing appetite for pressuring American businesses to help stifle free speech. Now, this is correct. We've already seen from this recent incident with Activision Blizzard, corporations running scared, and corporations running scared in as much as they must appease their Chinese business relationship, their Chinese business partners. Now, Riot spoke out very quickly indeed, saying, please, we don't want any political statements of any kind at our tournaments. We will punish heavily if you do. We just want it to be about the gaming. Now, you can understand that. From a gaming perspective, you can understand that. But when you also appreciate that Riot themselves are fully owned by Tencent, who are one of the biggest businesses in China, then it kind of has a slightly different tilt to the whole situation. And then we, of course, had something a little bit more insidious, which was the ESL, the esports, the biggest esports competition runners, I'd say, in Europe. They spoke out and they said they internally, I stress, to their 700 employees, we do not want people discussing this political climate, particularly on social media. Now, of course, social media accounts are private accounts. They are not business-related accounts. And so people have every right to discuss what they want. But this company, the ESL, having recently signed a contract with the Chinese version of Twitch to get their competitions broadcast in front of a substantially large audience, want to impose sanctions, want to impose censorship on their own staff, on their own free platforms as well. So this is correct. This isn't fear-mongering. This isn't exaggeration. This is actually correct. Activision Blizzard's benefits from China's growing market for esports, along with an investment from Tencent. Tencent own approximately 10%, I believe, of Blizzard, one of China's largest technology firms. And as you and your company are no doubt aware, the Chinese government uses the size and strength of its economy to suppress opinions which it disagrees. Last week alone, the Chinese government targeted Apple for hosting an app to help peaceful demonstrators evade repression, and the National Basketball Association became one team's general manager, and the NBA, because one team's general manager tweeted in support of Hong Kong protests. Well, of course, we saw, was it LeBron James decided to speak out pro-China. Hey, can you just watch some of that free speech? Hey, can you just censor yourself, huh? Can we just stop this free speech thing? Can we be a bit more like China, where you have it taken away from you? So that, of course, reflects back. Now, I don't expect the US Congress to speak on this, but of course, South Park found themselves banned from China as well, as regards to their recent episodes relating to criticism of China and the way that they behave. Your company claims to stand by one's right to express individual thoughts and opinions, yet many of your own employees believe that Activision Blizzard's decision to punish Mr. Chung runs counter to those values. And we saw the fact that some employees covered up the sign. What's it? You know the sign that it said on the statue. Sorry, I'm a bit muzzy fuzzy today. Head's all over the place. Everyone's voice matters, or whatever it is, and they covered that up. Some employees decided to make a protest and actually step out from Blizzard, stand by the statue, which could be seen by the executive officers. Don't think there were huge amounts. I think they said up to 30 people, roughly between a dozen and 30 people. But they made a statement, and it's a very brave thing to make a statement like that, particularly with Blizzard being able to do a Thanos to many members of staff this year, as we've already seen. Because your company is such a pillar of the gaming industry, used to be, your disappointing decision could have a chilling effect on gamers who seek to use their platform to promote human rights and basic freedoms. Indeed, many gamers around the world have taken notice of your company's actions, understandably calling for boycotts of Activision Blizzard's gaming site. Now, one thing that has been mentioned, which I will touch upon, is you'll notice that gaming industries have no problem to promote political ideology that suits them. Political ideology or ideology which they can monetize. Pride, for example, I'll use this as an example, is now becoming very commercialized. It's kind of like Christmas now. From what started as an event to celebrate, the liberation of the LGBTQ plus communities is now just turning into a commercial holiday. for things to be sold. Hey, buy the Pride sweatbands, the Pride microtransactions. It's all coming. So it's becoming more and more of a commercialized event. So those political ideologies suit them perfectly fine because they can make a buck from it. And if they can make a buck from it, it's business. So it's all good for them. As China amplifies its campaign of intimidation, you and your company must decide whether to look beyond the bottom line and promote... Oh, sorry, I had to laugh then because Activision Blizzard, never going to look beyond the bottom line. They even turned to their Western audience at BlizzCon last year and have basically stuck two fingers up at them and said, you've served your purpose. We're now going to try and make cheap, tacky mobile games and smash China for them, where there's a massive new marketplace for us, and these people are all ready to pay microtransactions because that's the way they've been brought up. So... To look beyond the bottom line, no, Activision Blizzard are not going to do that at all. They've sold the country out, they've sold the freedoms out, they've sold democracy out, they've sold out all the values of the West so they can make communist money. Ironic, isn't it, really? And promote American values like freedom of speech and thought, or to give in to Beijing's demands in order to preserve market access, which they will, which they have, and they will continue to. We urge you in the strongest terms to reconsider your decision with respect to Mr. Chung. You have the opportunity to reverse course. We urge that you take it. Now, obviously, like I said, the information they're providing at the beginning is slightly incorrect. It's still the original punishment. There has been an amendment since. He has received his money or will receive his money, and the sentence was halved from a year to 6 months, but it's still a ridiculous amount. And as I've stressed time and time again, a statement to shut up, keep your mouth shut, do not in any way, shape or form speak out against China. And this has been signed by Ron Wyden, Marco Rubio, AOC, who, oh, bless her heart, she did a doodle. I don't know what I think it's like a tree. I think she did a doodle of a tree. Never mind. Mike Gallagher and Tom Malinowski, members of Congress. So 2 senators and 3 members of Congress penned their signature to this. So, you know, you can read in it what you want. You can read in it as a political statement to try and show themselves to be on the right side of the China debate fence, or you can see this as a legitimate attempt for the US Senate to reach out to a corporation and say, hey, business is business, but you got to understand that if you're going, if you want to get in bed with China, then you're getting in bed with all their ideology. And their ideology is counter to ours, which is true. So yeah, I'll leave that for you to make your own determinations. I'm not trying to turn this into a political debate. I'm just trying to say that when you do have the government of your own country writing to you because you would rather adopt a foreign country's ideology to make buck, to make bank, bad times, sad times. So there we go, and I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links there in the description box down below, and I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.